Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Brianna Marie and today we're going to be going over my June TBR. On top of doing my June TBR, I'll also be going over my stats from May and the books that I read and just going through that because my June TBR is so short that this video will literally be 5 minutes long. So first I'm going to go over what I read in May. So in May I did that one video where it was like swapping my screen time for reading time, and so that helped me read like more books than I usually do because with school and everything like that I maybe get one book in if I'm lucky. But with that vlog and like doing like booktube and stuff, I was able to read a lot more. Okay, so I read 5 books in the month of May. I read 1,643 pages and it took me about 3 days to finish each book. And so like you see the chart here, all the different moods or whatever. Most of them were pretty like fast paced. I can agree with that. And then most of them sat around 300 to 500 pages. I didn't listen to any audiobooks. I tried starting Kerry Washington's audiobook, but I took too long and Libby returned it. So I'll probably try again sometime in the future. All of them were fiction. I'm trying to remember what I read. Yeah, I didn't read any nonfiction. A lot of them were like contemporary fiction, and so yeah. But okay, let's go more in depth about the books that I read. The first book that I read in the month of May was Not in My Book by Katie Holt. I absolutely devoured this book. I'm pretty sure I gave it nearly 5 stars. I gave it 4.5 stars. And I even I posted a review on this on my Bookstagram and on my TikTok because I just needed people to know about this book. So first of all, this book is a debut novel. It's the author's debut novel, which I simply could not believe because I'm not a huge romance reader, but this book literally like had me on my toes. Like I wanted to keep reading, and it follows 2 writers that go to NYU, and it's kind of like an enemies to lovers, but they're in the classroom and they have to write a book together that mixes their 2 genres. And so she writes romance, he writes fiction for the most part, and they absolutely hate each other. But it's like a he falls first, like he falls harder, and then you also get chapters from their book that mirror exactly what's going on in their lives, so they're talking to each other in the chapters of the book. Just thinking about it now, I'm blushing. It was so good. It was so good. Oh my god. Next book I read after that was Days at the Murasaki Bookshop by Satoshi Yagisawa, and this book I gave a 3.5 star because the first half of it, amazing, beautiful. If you are like an avid reader and or even if you're an avid book shopper, because that's a hobby too, read this book. Like the first half of the book is just like the main character like gains a new appreciation for books, and also the found family that comes with it. It's really good. I really like the uncle. I really like the main character. The only thing is that like the second part, we're introduced to a character that we hear about in the first part, but I don't really care for her too much, and so it kind of killed my vibe a little bit. After that, and I finished this on May 17th, I read Hidden Pictures by Jason Rukulak. So this was a thriller, and I gave this 3 stars just because like the way that the plot twist was introduced was kind of like so unserious. Like I feel like we built up so much suspense and then everything comes to light and it's just, you know, like I was just okay. Like the ending just, I was very like, it was underwhelming. I was just like, okay, it was your average thriller. Like it didn't change my life. Now speaking of books that changed my life, this is a book that I finished on May 18th all in one sitting, and that's Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. This book, like I genuinely, like I saw this book all over my book talk, people crying, people sobbing like that this changed their lives, and I simply couldn't believe it. I was like, I don't get it. Now I get it. I gave this book 4 stars. The reason I didn't give it 5 was because I predicted the ending really early, but other than that, the character development, the plot, all of the above, the writing, it felt like I was watching a TV show. Like I have no complaints about this book. It was amazing. I also posted a full review on my book talk, so if you're like really curious about how I feel about this book, then you should go over there. The last book that I read in May, and I finished this May 20th, was Queenie by Candace Carty-Williams, and I gave this 3 stars. I feel like the book was just kind of like right book, wrong time, because I can't really relate to the main character very much, and so I wasn't really as in it. There was some things that related to her on, but like she reminds me of like Davy from Never Have I Ever, like just doing things you know you're not supposed to be doing. Get a grip, girl. Like, oh my god. I just wanted to go in the book and just yoke her up and be like, girl, what are you doing? And honestly, all of her problems could have been solved if she stopped dating white men. Like, if I was her friend, I would have told her, like, girl, stop. But I do really like the ending because she learned how to love herself, and that was just like the big overall theme. Like, yes girl, like you don't need a man and live your life. So that was, the ending was really good. But like throughout the book, I was just like, girl, I was stressed. Okay, I was stressed. Like I was definitely in it. It was a good book, but I probably wouldn't read it again because I was so stressed out. Okay, so those are all the books that I read in May. It was 5 books, nothing crazy. I feel like it was a pretty decent reading month. Some I liked, some I didn't, but there was none that like I had to DNF or anything like that, and so we're a-okay. So let's go through what I hope to read in June. I have 5 books in this TBR. I feel like it's a little ambitious just because this is my birthday month, so I'm probably gonna be outside, but I really think that I can get these done if I like lock in at night at least and read a little bit. First things first, and it's also my current read, but like I low-key haven't opened it yet, but I'm a little late to this, but Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. I absolutely love the Skyland series. As of right now, This Could Be Us is my favorite, but maybe Hendrik's Story will change that. I don't know. Let's see. Next book, I'm gonna give you guys a little hint. Look at my jacket. You also probably saw it at the beginning of the video, but it is Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. I have the white versions of these books, and I was gonna reread the entire series, but I feel like that's a little too much, and so I feel like I just want to reread Midnight Sun and get into Edward's head and see where he's at. I don't know why Midnight Sun specifically. I just feel like if I read any of the other books, I have to read the entire series, where for some reason I consider Midnight Sun a standalone, and so it just like makes sense in my head. So yeah, I want to read Midnight Sun. She's really thick, but I'm confident I could get through this because when it first came out, I read it in like a week. So I think if I really put my mind to it, I can. This ain't nothing. Next is a book that I included in my May TBR that I posted on TikTok, but I didn't get to it, and honestly I didn't get to any of those books on that TBR. But it is Britt Marie Was Here by Frederick Bachman. I was stuck between choosing this and Anxious People because I really want to read Anxious People, but I just feel like this is going to give me all the feels because I read A Man Called Uva, yeah, or Ove, however you pronounce it, and it tore my heart to pieces. It's something about like strict main characters letting their guard down that really does it for me, and so this is also like found family trope, and I think he does it really well. So I'm excited to see how this goes, especially with like a female main character, because it has the same vibes as A Man Called Uva, but I do think that this maybe will hit a little harder because the main character is a woman, but we'll see. We'll see. Next is a book that I started, like I literally read the foreword or the introduction or whatever, and then I gave up, but I do want to go back to it. Like the reason I gave up is because I didn't have anything to annotate with, and I was reading the foreword and I was like, this is amazing, I want to highlight, and so I was like, let me put this down until I get home because I had brought it on vacation, and that is Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. Like this is a pretty classic book, like a modern classic, I guess I would call it. I don't know. It follows this girl, Lauren. I think she's 15. Yeah, she's 15. She is like hyper empathetic. I think there's a word for it. Yeah, she suffers from hyper empathy. And there's a lot going on in the world currently in this book. It's 2020 California. And she creates a new religion. That's kind of what I get from the synopsis, but I don't really know. But I do really want to read this, especially because of that one episode of Abbott Elementary where they read this for a book club. So once I read this, I want to go rewatch that episode of Abbott Elementary. Last but not least on my June TBR is RuPaul's memoir. I've been watching a lot of Drag Race recently. Me and my friend Gabby have been watching a lot of Drag Race, so we were like, let's go to Barnes & Noble and get RuPaul's memoir, and I was like, okay, I'm down. And so yeah, I got The House of Hidden Meanings by RuPaul, and I'm actually really excited to read this. I actually know nothing about RuPaul, I'm being completely honest. Like my friend had me watching Drag Race, but that's kind of like the only thing I know about RuPaul is that he's a drag queen. So I don't know, I feel like this is gonna be like, I'm kind of going into this blind, which is exciting. But yeah, that's my June TBR. I'll keep you guys updated. I kind of want to do a reading vlog for Can't Get Enough just because like it's a new release, but I also think I'm far too late. I'm pretty sure my next video is going to be the mid-year freakout, and I'm so excited because this is my first year as a booktuber, and so that means I can do my mid-year freakout tag, and I'm so excited. Like this is my like favorite time on booktube is June/July because people start dropping these and I'm just binging them, so I'm so excited to be a part of that. I'm so hyped. Anyway, so yeah, that is all for this video. If you liked, please like and subscribe, comment if you want, no pressure, and check out some of my other videos, and yeah, I'll be back soon. Thank you so much for watching.